So writing can be a huge release for your threat system, and there's many benefits of writing. One of them is actually writing about your fears will help you lower your fear over time and help you to learn that you're actually safer than you think. Another big benefit of writing is that it helps your threat system to feel heard and seen, and it helps you to learn more about yourself and your needs. So, one thing that can help to reduce your sense of threat is to write about your fears openly and face them fully. And this may sound a bit surprising when, fear is something that makes pain worse, and when fear is something that we don't really like experiencing. I think most of us want to avoid thinking about our fears or just kind of solve the problem underneath them and get away from experiencing fear. But actually, there's a lot of research that's shown that when you face a fear directly, the same fear again and again, it actually will go down. You will end up feeling a lot safer over time, and you'll realize you didn't need to be as afraid as you were, and you can cope with the situation a lot better than you thought you could. The key there is really that you have to stick with the same fear so that your brain can learn that that thing is safe. And you've actually probably experienced this before, if not many times. We all do things that are initially quite scary, like when you start a new job or you move to a new place or you have a new role, or there's something that you're afraid of, but you go and you experience it. Like maybe you're afraid of socializing or speaking in front of people, but if you get yourself doing it again and again, eventually you learn that it's a lot safer than you thought. So, writing also helps your threat system to feel that it's being heard and helps you to validate what you're going through. So, like I said, we usually try to fight against fear. Like, as soon as we feel fear, we try to talk ourselves out of it, or, we worry about it. We think, okay, there's something wrong if I'm feeling this fear and I need to think my way out of that feeling. Or we just push it away, we kind of shove it down and just try to focus on, staying strong and moving forward. Or we problem solve it. We think, okay, there's something wrong, and so we need to do everything we can to make that situation okay. And all of that is actually communicating more and more lack of safety. And so all of that is going to make the fear actually grow. And as we've talked about many times now, that will make the pain worse. So for example, say you have a bad pain day and you wake up and you're afraid. You're like, oh no, like I didn't plan for this. Why is my pain so high? You're kind of reacting very strongly to it. You're afraid of what it means, and so you immediately jump into trying to think your way out of it. Problem solving what to do, worrying about how much worse the pain will get, like feeling helpless to fix it as you're trying to problem solve and you can't think of anything that's going to fix it. And, all of that is making the fear and the pain grow stronger. And actually, to turn the fear down, you can instead show the threat system that the fear has truly been heard and seen. That you've listened to this alarm that the threat system is raising, and you're understanding. So you can allow yourself to feel the emotion and learn what your brain is trying to tell you. Oftentimes we feel like really too scared to do this. We become afraid of or uncomfortable with fear itself. But actually facing the emotion and allowing it to be heard makes the fear less scary and damaging over time. You just kind of eventually learn to allow yourself to feel the emotion, like to listen to your threat system's fears, and then move forward to calming your nervous system. So avoiding your emotions fuels the cycle of threat, but facing them helps you work through them. It helps you understand and sort of helps your nervous system feel like really seen, really validated. And that actually helps to release their impact on you. And then you don't have to stay in that fear state. You don't have to sort of live in this worried state that's going to increase the fear. You can just listen to it and then from there move into calm. And finally, writing can also help you to understand some of the pressures you're under and what is making your threat system so overactive. So, for example, in this program, we'll have you explore your fears about pain And we found that many people in pain feel isolated, feel under pressure from a lot of different responsibilities or things that are happening in their lives, are feeling disconnected from other people or feeling unsafe in some way or lacking fulfillment, lacking joy in their lives. And so we'll help you to explore these themes and learn how you can provide comfort to yourself when you're feeling this way.